Okay, so skincare wise, I've started off by cleansing, but I've added some brightening treatment mask into my usual cleanse and polish cleanser, just to give it a bit of oomph really. And I've massaged that in, left it on for about 30 seconds and then removed it using a muslin cloth. So just to give my skin a little bit more freshness and brightness. And I've put on some eye cream. I've just used my usual Strivectin SD. And now I'm going to use, I've been using this quite a lot recently, this is the YSL Flash Radiance Skincare Brush. It's just kind of a bit of a skincare primer, but with a little bit of luminosity to it. So you turn the brush like that and then you squeeze some out. Now you can either squeeze it out, I've got it locked now, you can either squeeze some out into the brush and then apply it with the brush, or you can squeeze it out onto your fingertips and use your fingertips, but I'm just going to use the brush. And I can kind of feel my skin tightening up and feeling a little bit fresher. It just gives a really nice base for my makeup to stick to. I haven't moisturised because the foundation I'm about to use, which is the By Terry, I'm using the Cover Expert because my skin's not so great at the moment because I've been really ill, so I've got quite a few little kind of red bumps underneath the surface. This one's quite moisturising, so I'm not using a separate moisturiser, and the YSL has kind of given enough slip to put on my makeup and make it look really beautiful. So I'm using the By Terry Cover Expert in 9, which is quite warm for me at the moment because I'm looking a bit pale. But it's fine when it's blended out, it looks really good. It's just a beautiful, beautiful finish. I do need a little bit of extra help though, so I've got my concealer. This is my favourite of the moment, which is Urban Decay's 24/7 Concealer Pencil. And this is in shade FBI. And it's just really, really nice and soft. And because it's not a liquid, it's easy to apply. It's quite good for if you're on the move. You can just draw it on like that. And blend it in with your fingertip. And once it's set, it doesn't crease or slide about. Let's take a little bit across the lid. Even out that skin tone. That's the base almost done. I'm going to finish off by adding a little bit of bronze. This is the Tan de Chanel Bronze Universal, I think it's called. Yeah. And it's this really big pot of cream bronzer. And it has this nice matte effect. So you just dip your finger into the pot and apply just underneath the cheekbones. And if you want your bronze to be part of your base, this is perfect because you can layer anything else over it. It almost just becomes part of your foundation really, rather than being an extra step. You just buff that in with your fingertips, or you could use a brush if you wanted to. Some kind of kabuki brush or something, I suppose, but I just think it's a lot easier to use fingertip. And then just a little bit of blush. This is the Dior Rosy Glow, and it's one shade fits all basically, or one shade suits all because it adapts to your skin tone. So it looks very, very bright in the compact. But actually when it's on, it's just a really pretty pink on me. Maybe it'd be deeper on other people, I don't know, let me know. Oh, I forgot to mention, last night I had a couple of tiny pimples, and so I went over them with the Origins spot remover. I've got loads of different spot removers that I use, but it did help just to dry them up a little bit so that makeup just looks nice. Yeah, so that's that. Eyes. I've got two Burberry shadows here, Trench and Midnight Brown. I've used these before in a video. So I'm just going to sweep a little bit of Trench over the whole lid. provide a bit of a base. To be honest, this is a pretty expensive shadow just to do that with. I'm only doing it because it matches the other one and I've got it to hand, but you can skip that step if you really want to. I just find that it adds a little bit of luminosity to the inner corner of the eye where I'm not putting the darker shadow, but feel free to leave that out. And then I'm using Midnight Brown all over the lid. Just in a very nice sheer wash. And just blending the edges out with my fingertips to keep it really, really soft. And then applying a little bit underneath the bottom lashes. I'm going to line my eyes with the only thing I've got to hand, which is one of the Avon Glimmer Sticks, but fortunately they're really, really good. And they come in loads of different colours. And they're quite long wearing. Just finishing off with a really glossy, juicy lipstick. This is Gemma Kids Gloss Stick in Bridgetown. You can see, well used. And you've got a stump left. And that really is glossy and brilliant, but very easy to wear. It's quite sheer. It's got this nice click packaging as well. And then I'm just going to put some illuminator on the tops of my cheekbones, underneath the brow, top of the lip, and perhaps the inner corner of the eyes. This one you can't get anymore. It's Rose Rendezvous from Laura Mercier. If you ever do see one, snap it up, it's brilliant. But any kind of nice illuminator will do. It's nice and subtle, not a glittery one. So just along the tops of the cheekbones, don't need to overdo it. Just underneath the eyebrow there. And I've just pressed a tiny bit into the Cupid's bow. And you can just press some into that inner corner of your eye. And that's that.